Grab your drink, roll your papers, wind down, or speed up and get to work. It's your girl Shan with season 6 of She Gets It podcast. I'm with all of y'all as we navigate this new world we got. We are all adjusting to these new changes. Let's go. What up, y'all? This is She Gets It podcast. My name is Shan. This is season 6, episode 10. What would Marcus Garvey say? I'm not gonna lie to y'all and tell y'all I watch news. I don't watch news, but I frequent, highlights and what's the main focus right now. That whole should kids go back to school shit was a shit show. I don't even know why we still have this orange man talking, deciding, and doing shit because he's dumb. He's dumb. And if we keep listening to him, we're gonna end up Shit's Creek for real. But this episode, I'm really trying to figure out if Marcus Garvey was alive right now, what would he say about us as African people of African descent. To me, African American doesn't mean shit because it just means the people who were owned by the Europeans of America. That's what African American means to me because we don't have our own language. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds really stupid to me. Marcus Garvey was all about African people being independent and building their own. Seeing today's people of African descent still begging for white acceptance and working up under them for a check, just for a piece of what they're worth, while whites live off of us, Koreans live off of us, Chinese live off of us, a whole bunch of other, ethnicities of people, cultures of people live off of us. The Chinese restaurants in the hood, the bodegas in the hood, the supermarkets we shop at, we work for them, but they're in our neighborhoods collecting all of our money and giving us pieces of it. It's just stupid to me. Garvey was a black nationalist and leader of the original Pan-Africanism movement, meaning his whole goal was to unify and make African people more connected in the world on a worldwide level. He wanted us to be strong because we are strong. He wanted us to do for ourselves. He wanted us to create communities for ourselves, build schools for ourselves, teach ourselves, do things for ourselves was a whole motive. With today's music, education, finances, and ownership, African people do not lead in those categories. Even in Africa, there's more Europeans in the natural things the continent of Africa produces, making more money off of Africa than African people. People are buying up property and building businesses in that continent, and we are not really focusing on being better as African people because either we don't care enough, we don't want to do the research, we don't want to start from scratch, we want to take the scratch that they give us. And so when I say, what would Marcus Garvey say? I think he would be very saddened to see that we've moved so far away from what he wanted. The UNIA that Garvey founded in 1914 was about not blending into European ideas of quote unquote making it. So he wanted to completely just have all of African people, descendants of Africa, to go back to Africa and build and have our own thing. But we've got so caught up into this Americanized way of living and having other people do the work, and we just have the product. But now look at America. America distributes all of their product outside of the country. So you're putting the power into other countries' hands to create and give us what we need. And that was the stupidest thing America could ever do. But it really does explain the respect that Americans get shown from other countries and people from other continents, because they look at us like we're lazy. They look at us like we don't know what it is to work for something, because we're always waiting to get what someone's giving us and not taking it. We are not living under a mindset or a construct that Marcus Garvey would have wanted at all. I don't see it. There was an African Communities League that he created. Where is that now? You know what I'm saying? What are we passing on? He had 2 sons. They speak about, Marcus Garvey in many interviews that I saw. But now people of African descent need to be more on a global mass level together, on a focus level, more than ever, because I feel like if we don't come together and focus in on what our needs are, we're going to die being spread out in few numbers. This faded idea that, quote unquote, we have time is wild as fuck, especially right now. And what really bothers me is George Tyler was a vendor who entered the UNIA office where Marcus Garvey was, and he tried to kill Marcus Garvey, but he failed. But to me, it's kind of like, why is it that it's always one of us, people who act like they're with us, always trying to kill us before the oppressor? It's like a double whammy. You're doing what the oppressor wants to do while I'm trying to do something great for all of our people. Same thing with Malcolm X. The fact that people of the Muslim community knew who shot Malcolm X and will not speak up on it and don't want to discuss it is a problem for me. That's a problem for me, especially when a group of people speak about how great they are, how they, live within integrity, but you also did a wrong and you won't speak on it. You also knew who shot and wouldn't speak on it. That's the worst thing to see, is that, the few leaders that we've had in the past, lives were taken or were attempted by people who were among us, supposed to be for us, and weren't for us. And it's still happening today. And I'm not talking about black on black crime. I'm talking about people who look like us but have the mindset of the oppressor, because they've been breastfed the shit too long, where they feel like they've got so many checks that they must be them now. That's not correct. Terry Crews, that's not correct. There's so many, but right now Terry Crews, like, you're top 5 on the shit list of that shit. We are from the greatest continent in the world, and everyone steals all its natural attributes, and they live off of it. When the fuck will we take it back? When will we refocus on what really matters when it comes to us and our kids and their kids and their kids? When we see that we will never fit in to the American European construct because it wasn't made for us. So why are we trying to fit in? Why do we have so many fucking black millionaires that are out here acquiring property and buying buildings and buying communities and homes and making their own subdivisions and shit, but there's no black schools set up to go ahead and lead our children? The education been shitty. This system that they have to lock our kids up been set up to be a success. And every year it gets greater, and we keep bragging about these fucking cars that we have, this jewelry that we have, these albums that we have, these plaques on our fucking walls that were built by whites and people who they don't respect, that they are hanging on. Who the fuck cares about that shit? Where are the schools? Where are the businesses? You want me to pay hundreds of dollars for a seminar for you to tell me what I'm doing wrong? I'd rather give you hundreds of dollars for you to put me to work so I can learn to build my own, not sit there and listen to you speak. Like, come on. We have a lot of black, I don't even want to call them leaders. We have a lot of black people who claim they know the way that we can be a successful people, right? We have a lot of them, right? Talking, posting, talking, creating product for them and their families to, prosper off of. Cool. But to me, if our people are not in a position to spend money, to spend dollars on webinars and things, we are not in a position to have excess. Why are you charging so much fucking money to learn the lesson? Like, that shit doesn't make any sense to me. But this ain't about that. I just really wanted to focus on the fact that Marcus Garvey would have been hella disappointed if he was still alive right now, and we still got a lot of work to do. And all these so-called leaders that want to lead, stand up. Stand up. I dare you to give your teachings and your methods for free to the people that you say you for. I dare you. I fucking dare you to not charge for that webinar. I dare you to post that you're offering a free webinar, a free seminar, and we click on it, we give you our email and that we want to watch, and you don't charge us $125 to view or $1,000 to learn how to make money off of our post. I dare you. Because if you figured out a method to make money X amount of ways, why isn't the teaching free? Because you should have other X amount of ways to make your money, right? But you're making the money off of the people that are trying to make the money that they don't have already. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm not a mathematician, but make it make sense, please. Because to me, that sounds like college. That sounds like I have to go into debt to learn something that's going to make me money eventually. Because I didn't have it to begin with. I just want to learn. So I got to pay for this term, this class. And then by the time I can, have all this information and know it, by the time I need to go out and make the money, I don't have anything to give it because I spent the money on learning. Sounds like college to me. But we're under you now. I'm just like, come on, there has to be a better way. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, please. Shit. My name is Shan. What do I know? I'm just looking at y'all gloat, brag, and post. That's it. That's all. That's all I'm doing. You know. I'm adding it up and I'm trying to make it make sense, but I keep coming up negative. Yep.
That's a wrap. That's another show. Thank you for staying. Thank you for listening. Thank you for checking out She Gets It. There is a merch available for you guys to shop at on teespring.com. The link will be in the info section. She Gets It shop is on there. Also, please don't forget to add me. Follow me on IG and Twitter. She Gets It Pod. All right? Hashtag She Gets It. You'll find me. Trust me. On FB, Facebook. Don't forget to add the page She Gets It Pod. Join the She Gets It affiliates. I would love to have you in there to discuss episodes, discuss thoughts, get that feedback. And please, please don't forget to rate the episode, rate the show. I just want to know, am I going in a direction that you guys, are learning something from? Is it something you want to learn more about? I would love to hear y'all feedback. I love the fact that you guys support and listen to me blab and run my mouth. And if you just want to support the show, go to anchor.fm/SheGetsIt/support. Thank you, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.